Hello guys and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So today we are going to talk about nutrient media. So what all requirements are there to be present in the media so that we can carry out plant tissue culture. Okay, so let's begin with this. So what are the functions of this medium? So this media in which you are going to inoculate your plantlet or the explant you're going to put, that is going to provide you with the water. Okay, so it is also going to provide you with the water, and so after that, mineral and nutritional needs. So what kind of mineral? So it can be, different elements which we are going to discuss now. That can be your micro elements or the macro and the micro elements. Okay, so even these considers under the nutrition, and the media is also provided with the vitamins and growth regulators. So what kind of growth regulators? This also we will discuss in the upcoming lectures. So in these mainly we use phytohormones. So as already been discussed, different phytohormones are there, like we have got auxin, we have got cytokinin, we have got abscisic acid, then we have ethylene, right? So all these are there, and the last one is gibberellin. So all these five phytohormones are really very important in order to carry out the development of the plants. Then we also have the access to the atmosphere for the gaseous exchange. In this, we are talking about the exchange between the O2 and the CO2. Then removal of the plant metabolite waste. So these are the different functions of the media which is being carried out by the mainly we use MS media in the case of plant tissue culture. So all these functions are carried out by this media. Now, what are the of energy? So we use carbon source and the nitrogen sources. So carbon source, so that is the from where the plants can get the carbon source. So that is when the media is provided with the sucrose or fructose, lactose, maltose, or even with the starch. Whereas in the case of nitrogen source, there are two possibilities. Either you can use the defined media or the undefined media. सो डिफाइंड मीडिया का मतलब क्या होता है? जहां पे आपको सब मालूम है, कौन से कंपोनेंट्स आपको किस क्वांटिटी में प्रेजेंट है, वो आपको अच्छे से मालूम है. ठीक है. And undefined media means where you don't know the composition of the extract. For example, in the case of defined media, you have got major and minor inorganic ions like ammonium or the nitrate. In the case of minor, amino acids, glycine, glutamine, all these are there, right? इन द सेम वे अनडिफाइंड मीडिया, जहां पे हमें कंपोजिशन ही नहीं मालूम है कि उसमें क्या क्या प्रेजेंट है, सो देयर वी कैन यूज द मिल्क ऑफ कोकोनट, एक्सट्रैक्ट्स ऑफ माल्ट, ईस्ट और कॉर्न स्टार्च. So these are acting as the sources of energy. Now, coming to the composition of culture media. So inorganic and organic nutrients mainly are present. So as I was mentioning about the macro and the micronutrients, these are very important. Okay, so in the case of macro, we have got the NPK, that is your nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, etc. So please remember, these are very important. And in the upcoming lectures, we will also talk about its function or the role in detail. Okay, then comes the micronutrients like boron, copper, iron, manganese, and zinc, etc. So role of each of these micro elements also we will discuss in the upcoming lectures. So stay tuned with this Excelsior Academy. Now, organic nutrients, जैसे कि vitamins, so different vitamins are there. So B means what? They are actually water soluble. Okay, so we are using water soluble vitamins over here. Amino acids like arginine, asparagine, cysteine, glutamine, etc. Then again, carbon source already हमने अभी discuss किया. We can also use glucose and maltose. And growth regulators, just now I have said all these five phytohormones will play the important role. देन और भी क्या हम इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं? सो इफ इट इज अनडिफाइंड मीडिया, देन यू कैन हैव द प्रोटीन हाइड्रोलाइजेट्स, yeast extract, malt extract, or the coconut milk. And if depending on the technique what you're using, you have to add the solidifying agents like agar, arginine और gelatin. अगर आप सस्पेंशन मीडिया कर रहे हैं तो आपको ये सब ऐड करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट इफ इट इज सेमी सॉलिड मीडिया और सॉलिड मीडिया, देन यू नीड टू ऐड दीज solidifying agents. Then EDTA, because these are the ion chelators. So sometimes you needed to add this so that they don't interfere in the functions of the development. So depending on the requirement. Okay, so basically we don't use it. If at all, if any particular requirement is it, then you need to add the EDTA. Then antibiotics in order to prevent the contamination which can be caused by the bacteria or the fungal. Okay? Then pH, as many times we have discussed in this lecture, that it has to be around 5.6 to 6 pH range. Okay. So these are the list of the inorganic macronutrients which is required for the plant tissue culture. These are the names of the media. So here you can see Murashi's and school media which is mainly used. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे कितना ज़्यादा concentration we are using. So these are in the range of microgram. Okay, do not get confused. Then let's talk about the micronutrients. Again, these are also required in the microgram. So अगर अभी आप compare करेंगे तो macro और micro में you can see that around 100-fold times the requirements are different. So macro are required in micrograms, and then micro you can say that again you get required in the nanograms then. Okay, it's okay if you're not able to remember all these things, just remember these are important ones. Now, so we were talking about the inorganic nutrients. So they really play important role in the growth and the development of the plant. So there are 15 elements which are proven to be necessary for the growth of the tissues in the plant. So let's talk about the macronutrients. So they are required in 0.05 millimole per liter. So guys, please remember this is very important. Okay. Then we have got the NPK, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Please remember हम इसका डिटेल में फंक्शंस एंड डेफिशिएंसी डिसीज क्या होते हैं वो हम आने वाले लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे इन डिटेल में. Then micronutrients, they are required in less than 0.5 millimoles per liter. So there are 17 are there, out of which carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen are derived from the atmosphere. So rest कौन कौन से हो गए आपके बोरॉन, कॉपर, आयन, मैंगनीज, एल्यूमिनियम, निकल, ये सबका इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है बिकॉज जो भी एंजाइम्स प्रेजेंट हैं in the functions of the enzyme in the functions of the enzymes which are required for the plant development, which are required in the plant development is there. So we will study about all these. Okay. Then so let's talk about the nitrogen source now. So in the nitrogen source, one second, yeah. So in the nitrogen source, so most culture plants, they are capable of synthesizing the essential vitamins but not in the sufficient amount. So that's why to achieve the best growth, it is essential to supplement the tissue culture techniques with one or more vitamins or the amino acids. Okay, so that becomes very important. And yeah, so please guys remember that in the upcoming lectures also we will study in detail about the roles of these nutrients. Now vitamins, कौन कौन से vitamins हम इसमें use करते हैं? So thiamine, vitamin B1, it is essential as a coenzyme in the citric acid cycle and mainly required in the tissue culture. In the range of 0.1 to 1 mg per liter concentration is required. So this is also something you need to remember. Then comes the nicotinic acid, or otherwise called niacin, vitamin B3. It is required in 0.5 milligram per liter. Then you have pyridoxine, vitamin B6, calcium pentothenate, vitamin B5. So they all are required to improve the growth of the tissue culture material. Then myo-inositol part of the B complex, it is present in the phosphate form. It is taken by the plants. Okay, and it is not essential to the growth but also beneficial and have important role in the biosynthetic pathway. See, जब ये vitamins, all these parts are playing important role in the biosynthetic pathway, indirectly it is helping in the growth and development of the plants. Okay, then you have got the cyanocobalamin, vitamin B12, B1, vitamin M, which is also called the folic acid, which is playing important role in the nucleic acid synthesis. Okay, biotin. Then we have got the para-aminobenzoic acid, ascorbic acid, tocopherol. All these are there and added in special cases, but the role is not yet well established. So अगर आप researcher हैं तो आप ये काम कर सकते हैं if you are interested in the plant tissue culture. If you are interested in botany and tissue culture, you can go into this field. Then coming to the amino acids. So some culture plants can synthesize all amino acids. All are not required. So mostly we use the mixtures of the amino acids which is having the glutamine, asparagine, arginine, methionine and adenine. Okay. Now, when amino acids are added alone, they can act as inhibitory to cell growth. यहाँ पे inhibitory feedback inhibition हो सकता है. That's why never alone you add amino acid. Always add the mixture. And then the role of tyrosine, it is used to stimulate the morphogenesis, but they should be only used in agar media. Tyrosine will stimulate the shoot formation. So guys, please remember these two important points. Now coming to the carbon source. So carbon source में हमने अभी just discuss किया, it can be glucose or starch or sucrose, आप कोई भी form ले सकते हैं in order to provide the source of the carbon. So around 2 to 5% or 20 to 30 gram per liter are used. So आप देख सकते हैं that is the carbon source are used in the maximum, whereas the amino acids and the vitamins are required in less quantity. Now, glucose and fructose are used for good growth, and sometimes you can also use maltose and raffinose. So depending on your budget and all, you can use different types of carbon source. Now this is something to remember. In general, excised dicot roots grow better with sucrose, whereas monocots do best with the dextrose. So please remember this thing. Now growth hormones and regulators, guys, this the explanation over here. We are just discussing. In the upcoming lectures we will discuss in detail the role of these growth hormones. Okay, so depending on the ratio in which the auxins and cytokinins are used, you can develop the root and shoot formation respectively. Okay, so the other hormones are also there, polyamines, jasminoids and salicylates. This is also called salicylic acid. ठीक है, कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. Even it plays an important role in the, mainly it plays important role in the secondary defense mechanism. Okay, then they are variable according to the depending on the plant tissue culture what you're growing, depending on that the requirement of these hormones varies. So guys, this was just the introduction to the nutrients, and the upcoming lectures we will talk in detail about these nutrients, what is their role function in the plant development. So ये सिर्फ plant tissue culture के लिए ही सही नहीं, in normally in plant what kind of function they play, that also we are going to discuss. Okay, so stay tuned with the Accessible Academy, and I hope today was your IIT JAM Biotech exam Feb 14. Happy Valentine Day also. I hope your exam was good. If not, stay tuned with us and you can clear the exam in the next semester. Okay, thank you guys for listening.